Welcome in to another episode of Pure Pressure Podcast. I'm your host, Pressure, and we got some special guests in the building. We got to the lower left, my homie, you know what I'm saying, the big bro and all them things like that. That's King 420, okay? You don't know about it, figure it out. He got about 17 million pages and personalities. All right. Now over here to your my lord, right? I don't know if that's y'all's or not. We got dark skin Chris. Not the light one, the dark one. the the other Virginia, you know what I'm saying, Chris, the other one right there. No, but these my homies, they are what I believe to be some dope men and some dope individuals, and I wanted to have this particular conversation with them as well and involve them in it. Um, y'all know, if you know anything about Pure Pressure Podcast, if you've watched any of the podcasts, it's all about getting everybody's perspective, giving everybody opportunity to speak on how they feel, even if it's not the same view that I have. You know, this is my platform. However, it's not about me. It's about me growing and learning and helping y'all grow and learn as well. So, it's definitely necessary for us to get into the topic of male vulnerability. Like, can he keep it 100 with you? Can he really? It's a lot of women, you know, that say, "Oh, I'm his piece. I want him to be my piece and piece and pieces and all that shit." But are you providing that space for him to really be that? Are you really providing the space for a man to just be a man and that be enough? Like a man actually doing what a man, quote unquote, is supposed to do, protecting, providing, and all that stuff. But he might not be the dude that want to go to the club all the time, or you might have to lead him in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as trying to navigate how to be as romantic or to feed your love languages, he's willing to do that work and stuff. He just might not quite have it. Like, are you woman enough to own and take responsibility for your parts? Are you woman enough to let him voice how he feels without judgment? Like, all of the things that you expect from a man, are you willing and able to give that to that man? Like, are you really? I don't know. I don't know. Like, so I wanted to get some males' perspectives on this because you know, as a woman, I have no idea how, you know, that looks for y'all. I just know that, you know, me as a woman who was formerly um, very detached from emotion, not really understanding emotion and vulnerability. Now that I'm learning to be more vulnerable, I also want that from a partner. So I wanted to get y'all perspective as men who have dated, been in relationships, marriages, whatever. Um, like, have y'all had good experiences with being able to be vulnerable with a woman?
Uh, I'll let you start off, King.
He letting
Sorry,
you go.
say it again. My I froze up. Huh?
Have you had good experiences or had a good experience with being able to be vulnerable with a woman? Like being really
Um,
vulnerable.
yeah. I have. I was actually married for 15 years or whatnot, and we was together 5 years beforehand, and
Mm-hmm.
um, and I felt like within those 5 years, I knew her, I could trust her, and I'm saying I could talk to her about anything. So before I got,
What up,
I'm saying
bro?
we actually got married, I proposed to her. I said, hey. I'm gonna let you know some things about myself. I'm letting all my cards out right now. I'm gonna let you know who I am and what I've been doing, and I'm gonna let you know from this day forward, none of that'll happen. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and to be honest, it was a relief for me because I was holding in. It was something that I was trying to keep away from, but I realized that when you're being open and honest with somebody from the start, then you're building something that's genuine from the start. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you building something genuine, you should be able to open up with that person and communicate with that person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was vulnerable plenty of times, in my marriage or whatnot. But it takes me a minute to get to know somebody. Not everybody needs to know everything about you. You
Mm.
know, not until you actually know that person. You should just keep it to yourself. You know, you know when it's right.
What about you, Chris?
All the time. All the time. I feel like I kind of show that side the women that I'm talking to because I feel like that's what they supposed to be, And in order for them to be like that, I feel like you got to give off a little bit too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I dated women like when I was younger. I dated like thugs, more so like thugs. Oh yeah, like if you want like, oh no, I won't really into like kissing or none of that, or even expressing my feelings. It took me to get with somebody in
Your phone
particular to really
going in
open.
and out. You going in and out. It might be your headphone.
That's better.
Yeah.
But but yeah, I mean, that's really how it is with me.
You
I
weren't in,
usually
said you weren't into expressing your feelings and stuff.
not at first, not really at first, but it took me to get with somebody to really get there. And like King said, you really don't try to let everybody know what's going on. But at the same time, I kind of be like, what I'm saying, I got feelings too. I can understand where you coming from, whatever. So yeah, I have. But like I said, I say it depends on the woman too.
What do
All
you
depends
mean by that?
because, like I said, you just meet different. I mean, everybody's different. Um, everybody's different. I go, I go by according to like who I'm dealing with, I guess.
So what are some things, like some characteristics in a woman that makes you feel like she's a safe space, a safe place for you to be vulnerable?
I mean, paying attention to what you're saying. You know, um, if they follow up with what you're saying, lets you know that they're listening. I feel like that's vice versa too.
Mm-hmm.
I say that.
What about you, King? What are some signs
Um,
or some characteristics of a woman that make you feel like it's safe to be vulnerable with that woman?
when you can actually go to this person and say, hey, I got a problem and I don't really have a solution. I need to vent. If they can just sit there and listen to you and not hold it against you, that's one characteristic that I look for. Somebody who's just genuine and honest. You know what I'm saying? And not it's not gonna sugarcoat nothing. It's gonna tell me, hey, you know what? You fucked up. Keep it real with me. Don't tell me what I want to hear.
Right.
Tell me what I need to hear.
No
You know,
judgment.
no judgment.
That's the part. I brought Melanin Queen up here. It's another one of my babies. I brought her up here because her comment is really what made me want to have this conversation. I know as a woman who has survived a lot of different things, I realize there are a lot of things that I have experienced as a woman that like people like, oh my God, I'm so sorry you went through that. That men experience too on the other end, and people don't acknowledge it. Her comment said, not every woman knows how to be present in a safe space for a man to feel vulnerable sometimes, and that's true. Like I had to realize, like I wasn't always a safe space for people. I wasn't always a safe. Well, I was always a safe space for my friends. They could tell me any and everything, and I wasn't judging them. But a man, it'd be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Looking at them different, treating them different energy because I wasn't accepting of my own shit.
Mm.
I hadn't gotten to a point where I had looked at me in the mirror enough to be like, somebody coming to me, telling me being able to recognize how hard that is to do, first of all, and how much of an honor it is as me being on the receiving end of that somebody felt like I was worthy enough for them to share those parts of them. Like, to not hold that against them, but to recognize it as the blessing that it really was, because it's so many men out here who are emotionally detached, that don't have no connection or don't show connection to their emotions or feelings, that sometimes when you meet somebody that is, it can be, you know what I'm saying, it can be taken as, oh, he a simp, or he's a grown ass fucking man who owns every part of him, and just like you have emotions that are a part of you, they're a part of him as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But
That's
why is
facts.
that? Why is it that, men don't open up to women? Why do they have that I don't give a fuck mentality?
That's the thing.
Yeah. I know from my experiences, just like with my last relationship, um, because that vulnerability thing was a key piece for me. Because y'all know me, I am very caring about the people around me, and
Yeah.
if it's something ain't right with you, I'm about to be like, what's wrong with you? So
We ready to
with
figure it out.
him, it was like he was raised in that type of household where like you wasn't supposed to cry. Like if you cried, you was a bitch. Like if there was something wrong with you, suck it up. Like you try to talk about your emotions with your people, and they're just like, man, you a man, figure it out. So it was like, as a grown man and in a relationship, he did not know how to turn it off. So it was like me, like walking on pins and needles when he in a bad mood, because it's like I could tell you in a bad mood, but you don't want to tell me what's wrong with you. Like literally, we were probably in year 4 when it was the first time I had ever seen this man cry, weep, anything, because his little brother got murdered. And literally, after he broke down and cried, he was just sitting there and just like, I'm sorry. Like, for what? It was like, I'm not supposed to present that side of me to a woman. And I'm like, bro, what? Who told you that? But it's like a lot of it comes from the environment. Like a lot of men is raised in that environment where it's like you're not allowed to be vulnerable.
I was just
Like it
about to
You
makes
know
you
what
a
though? You know
pussy.
what
It
though?
makes you
It's
a
not,
bitch type shit.
and that's a stereotype, because it's not the fact that men are raised in that environment, because most of them are not raised in that environment. It comes from the standards of their peers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Playing that role. Everybody plays a role when they first start off until they grow up into that role.
Mm.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Back.
It's up
Like they
to it's up
always
to you to
tell
be
you,
genuine to yourself.
they tell you in school and sports and everything, practice makes perfect. Whatever you put, even with manifestation, whatever you say you'll have, whatever you think you'll be, all of that, like, it's real. Like, whatever you adapted, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it can be around you, because there were a lot of things that were around me that I could have adapted. You know what I'm saying? I chose not. Even how I was raised, like I said before on the podcast, there are pieces of that I hold on to, because they created my moral compass. However, there are other pieces of that I had to choose to leave to the side, because they don't fit the type of parent I want to be to my children, or the type of love that I just, that I feel is right for my kids. As a mother, it's my job to determine what fits my family. You know what I'm saying? Just like it is a man's job in his family to do the same. My portion is to nurture. So if I don't feel like the way that I was nurtured was the correct way to nurture, or isn't even necessarily not the right way, but it's just not my way, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to step into your own being and your own understanding of that. And me raising a king is really what be shifting my mind about this. Like, I want my son, like I've said before, gets into a mode where if he starts crying and I say, what's wrong? He'll go, nothing's wrong. Yes, it is. Talk to me. Explain, like, use your words and explain to me what's going on. Explain to me, what are you feeling that brought those tears to you? Like, don't just suck it up and think like you got to hold that in. You don't. It's okay to not be okay. And men, kids, like, boys need to know that. Period.
But the problem is bigger than that.
Yeah,
The,
it
the,
is.
the problem comes from the examples that we learn when we're young as kids, and we say, "Well, I'm not about to, and I'm not gonna go that route." because of what we hear from our parents and our not our peers, but from the elders. Oh, that so and so ain't this and da da da, and that's why he's so and so and so and so. Well, sure, I'm not gonna telling her nothing because all she gonna do is tell my business. She get mad at me. Kids listen to that.
Told you that.
And that's why I said we're not raised to not show our emotions. We're shown not to show our emotions by the actions that other people produce when they're mad at other people.
Mm-hmm.
See, I told my son today, I just had a conversation with him. I said something to him, and he got all huffy puffy and positive, whatever. I said, hey, fix your face. I can't fix it for you. I can't change your attitude. I can't change how you talk and how you feel. Only you can do that. So we go around here and say, hey, the world is all messed up. Everybody's saying the world is messed up. But if we stop with the one person that we are and change us and how we talk to other people, maybe to catch on.
It definitely.
Think about it.
It definitely would. Goddess, we have a comment. Goddess says, as a mother of 3 kings, I've always given them space to have open communication. Yeah, like I can honestly say I haven't, because I was at first what you crying for? Ain't no reason to cry. You're crying, you know what I'm saying? But because my son it would be literally nothing wrong. It would be something so small, but I've changed my approach, because even in those situations, I want him to know, okay, it's okay to cry, but I need you to be able to explain why you're crying. You have to be able to explain and express your emotion in a different way other than just letting the tears out, because that's not going to resolve the issue. It's okay to express the feelings, to get it out there, but you still have to be able to say what caused that so that it can be corrected. It's not going to be able to be corrected if you don't. And also that it's not okay to cry wolf, because if nothing's wrong with you, you can't try to manipulate people to get what you would like. See, my son is 4, and I'm the disciplinarian. I'm the only one that really says no. So he tries to use the crying to shift things, you know what I'm saying, in his favor sometimes. It's not always something that's really wrong. But when something hurts his feelings, even if it's me that hurts his feelings, I acknowledge and I apologize. Sometimes even without him saying that it hurts his feelings, I go to him and tell him I apologize, because I meant what I said. Mommy was telling you the truth. This is what it was. You were wrong for that. But I didn't need to say it that way. I shouldn't have said it that way. A lot of us as parents have to be able to own the fact that we're not always right.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that would help a lot too, because if your child, if that's another form of being vulnerable as well, is accepting your own accountability for things, because you're showing your child it's okay for me to go to my mom and acknowledge that I messed up. It's okay for me to say that this hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about it. We're going to figure it out, because that's what she do when she do something wrong. You get what I'm saying? They really follow the example, not what you say. You can say it all day. Okay, it's all right. Don't do this. Don't do that. That 10 times out of 10 is going to make them want to go see what it is about this that you don't want them doing. You know what I'm saying? But them watching your example, oh, you know what I'm saying, my mom handles stuff like that. Oh, yeah, they see other people doing something, but they know for a fact, because of how they were raised, paying attention to what was going on around them, that nah, I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? My family won't get down like that. My pops wouldn't have it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going for it. It's going to set their own standards that helps them to create their moral compass. But y'all want a man to lead so bad, but is y'all letting them lead? Are you gonna chill? You ready to relax? You know how to relax.
You ready to throw away your black book? Shut down your social media? You ready for the compromise? Because 99%
They ain't ready for that, King.
of problems
in
the relationship is for people still holding on to baggage. You're not gonna buy a brand new car and take the old key and put it in the ignition, are you?
They ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that topic.
They're not ready for a real man.
You gonna give up all them followers?
I will.
Look at him.
I have.
So King said
I've done it.
he ready.
I've
Stop
done
playing.
it.
No,
Look,
but
because
this thing I have as
is,
well. Like even like I had another Instagram page that was monetized when they first started doing monetization, and I removed that page, deleted that whole page and everything for my relationship to try to fix stuff, just to for his security. That wasn't more important than what we stood for. Some people, that's not enough. Some people are just, within self, and I had to realize that too, the difference. Like I had gotten to a point where I was trying so hard to submit, I didn't realize that he wasn't worthy of submitting to.
That could be a problem too.
and then
Give
another problem.
get them followers together.
But see,
Exactly. Like,
here's the thing though. It's
I'm
like
willing to do couples pages. I can't wait to do a fucking couples page so I can show y'all how I be annoying the shit out of my man. I'm on his ass. You playing the game? Me too. In your lap, right here. What we playing?
that part.
And tell me to move. And I'm getting on your nerves if you want to. Yeah. Who? I bet you won't nobody eat shit around here. I can't get no tea. Can't get no cookie. You better.
Hey.
Yep. I'm a brat.
See,
I'm the same way.
It's so many different forms of vulnerability. It's ridiculous. Like you can just like what I like to do is I like to get up and self-evaluate myself. I say, what did I do yesterday that I could have changed for today? Make today better. And when I lay down, I think about the things that I've done throughout the day, and I kind of see what I need to do for the next day. And it's like certain people are put in your life for certain seasons, but not every season is meant for you to stay around.
Well, say the reason a season or a lifetime.
Facts. And it's crazy because I was just telling someone the other day, he was like, I really want to thank you. And I was like, for what? He was like, I really love you for that. I'm like, for what? Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, for showing me different, for showing me that women can love wholeheartedly and be honest and truthful and loyal and loving and nurturing. Like, they can really ride for you. Like, it's not every woman is a city girl, because he's younger. So in his age bracket, most of the women in his age bracket is buy me a butt. I need a BBL. Give me some money. Pay for this, pay for that. Take me here, take me there. If you can't do that, if we ain't sex, we ain't nowhere, all that type of shit. I'm not that girl. Just not. I'm a homebody. I'd rather you give me gift cards to like Amazon and stuff, and I can buy art supplies and fucking buy hair for hair clients, and decorate the house and make it more comfortable for you and me. I'm buying you underwear because I noticed when I washed your underwear that you only had a certain amount, and I feel like you should have more. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I'm that woman. I'm writing notes and shit in your lunchbox. That woman. I am that woman. And I used to say all the time, I'm not traditional, but I am. I'm a traditional woman. I just have unconventional thoughts when it comes to certain subjects. So it's just I don't believe in cookie cutter anything, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, your emotions, stuff like that. It's what fits you in that situation, not nobody else. Because nobody else has to deal with them thoughts when you look in the mirror every day. Nobody else has to answer to God when you're taken away from here, or whoever you believe in, however you believe you're going to go, or whatever you think is going to happen. Nobody has to answer to that higher source for your actions and for you and that spirit and that lifetime did, but you, period. And I can't be okay with speaking about the men who have wronged me without acknowledging that I have been the one to wrong men as well. And to not acknowledge the fact that I haven't always been a safe space. I have been aggressive and I have been masculine, more so because I didn't feel safe with that person. And instead of me being woman enough to acknowledge and say that to that man, I chose to push them away in that way by being aggressive and mean and withholding the nurturing and loving part of me because I felt like they didn't deserve it when it was a different way and a better way to handle it. That's what the show is about. That was the point of this conversation because, ladies, we got to do that.
I applaud you. I applaud you.
I appreciate it. It's really not for applause. It's really for self-accountability. Like, I really am on this journey of fixing my shit.
Okay.
all around. And you can't fix it if you don't acknowledge it. How the hell does that work? Because it's good men out here. And some of us be fucking up good men and making them bad men. And then other good women get them. And then they be fucking up them women. Then the next man get that woman. And he a good man. But she fucked up from you. And then, you get what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was on the verge. I'm like, you better get you one of these before they go bad.
Listen, I've been tiptoeing on the edge of going back to who I used to be. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's been some people, it's just the approach, it's the comments, it's like y'all acknowledging that y'all know who I could be. And y'all still playing in my face. Like y'all really want me to show y'all I'm my daddy's daughter, but I'm chilling. Because what I am is the woman that my mother and father created that I perfected. That's what I am. I am not my mama's daughter or my daddy's daughter. I am the woman that they created that I have perfected. And I handle things accordingly. I just remove my energy. I ain't ready to play with y'all. Because my man gonna see me out here playing with y'all. The one that's really meant for me gonna see me playing with y'all and be like, man, I ain't playing with her. She ain't ready yet. I don't have time.
Hey, you want a good man? Be a good woman. It's easy to be easy, but it's hard to be right.
Hold on. If you want to be a do right, you want to get a do right. Oh yeah, you gotta do. If you want, she said, if you want to be a do right woman, you got to be a do right man. But it's also if you want to get a do right man, you got to be a do right woman. It goes both ways. Like y'all got to definitely. You know what I'm saying? That shit plays. It's cool to fun, you know what I'm saying, have fun and to date and all that stuff. And not to put all your eggs in one basket. But if you know it's a certain person that got your attention and they're putting in the effort, they stepping about it, as y'all like to say. They stepping, they doing what you need them to do, and they're trying, they're putting the effort in. Don't play with that man. Especially if he's showing you that he's for you. You can't play with them type of people. And the same thing with the men and the women. You can't play with them type of women because you're not going to get them, you know what I'm saying? Even if you get that same one back, you're not going to get her the same way because you played with her. So you've already tainted her view of you. You've already tainted how she's going to handle you. So, yeah, you may have felt like she was your safe space before, but you played with it. And now you're trying to circle back like, oh, I felt safe here. And then she like, man, nigga. You gotta own the fact that you kind of did that to yourself. You did that to yourself. Because that's one thing I have recognized about myself as well. I am also woman enough to tell people straight up, I can't even let you come back here because I know I ain't gonna do nothing but play with you. Because I cannot get over what you did to me. Like the fact that you're even contacting me right now makes me want to do something to hurt you. So that is a bad sign. So just go about your business. And some people respect it and they be like, all right, man, I know I fucked up. All right, cool, I'm gone. Some people like, man, you ain't gonna play with me. You love me to death. And then Then it'd be like, Google me, baby, because there's some people that'll cry in the car about it. If you ask them about me, if you said my name, they would probably get emotional because they played with me, and I told them to go about their business, and they didn't leave me alone. And then I got revenge, and my revenge is different. I do it better. I promise you, I do it better. So if I tell you, hey, it's not safe, go ahead. I'm trying to save you. Being honest.
You violent when you want to be.
I'm not
But see, that's the
violent.
thing. Listen, that's the
I'm
thing.
not
Everybody want to listen.
just that
Hold on.
capable of. So it's like if you know, for instance, okay, situations that have happened, you come, you know what I'm saying, you play, you want me to yourself, you don't want me there with nobody else. As soon as I cut people off and I, make the sacrifices that you asked about, which some of them had to do with social medias and all types of stuff like that, you like, we should just be friends. I'm getting too attached. And then you come back to me and try to pursue me years later, I'm going to play with you. In my mind, playtime. And I'm going to tell you, because seriously, the people that have come, they didn't come back, thankfully, when I was, you know what I'm saying, in that mind frame of just playtime. They came back when I was like, man, I don't feel like playing with nobody because then I'm going to have to deal with the karma for this later. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I was straight up like, nah, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you now, it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. I'm telling you now. I ain't worried about that. I just need it. I'm telling you, bro. It's not. People don't be listening. They don't be listening. And I mean, like, to the point where, like, I'll block people and all that stuff, and they'll see me out in a club somewhere and, like, try to pull up on me. Like, you're just going to ignore me. Like, bro, I told you. Like, okay, so you just want me to play. All right, you going to keep on? All right, cool. Then, when I started playing, they like, well, I called you like 3 times, so I ain't answered the phone. I was busy. Doing what? Me. I'm single. Why are you asking me so many questions? Then it's like, dang, you wild and you caring and you ain't never talked to me like that. But I told you this is where I was at with you. You can't get the, hey, what you doing? Every time you call me, I'm answering. You know what I'm saying? I'm available whenever, making myself available and all that. No, you don't get to see me every time I don't have my kids just because you know my schedule. Like, no, you don't get that because you fucked up. And then I'd be the wrong one. And I don't feel like that's fair. Is that fair?
Chris?
Huh?
No,
No, King, because you the main one making faces. So you answer. Is that fair?
I mean, it is if you blunt. See, and here's the problem. So many women talking gray areas.
Nah.
So
Okay. I
let
have
me
a
finish.
question.
Let me finish.
I
Let me
have a
finish. Let me
question.
finish.
I'm about to
Oh,
say
let
your
me finish.
real name
Okay.
because you know me. Am I blunt or do I sugarcoat?
I'm not saying you per
No,
se. You're not wrong.
you're talking about me. I'm
I'm
asking
not.
you about my
No,
situation.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. If you're blunt, then no, you're not wrong.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know because I was told that I was insensitive and that I could have never cared about them and all this other shit that I didn't. Is no, because I still care about you. You just can't get the same version of me because I don't trust you.
But the problem is the one thing y'all forget to say: don't call me, I'll call you. If it's that type of relationship.
Yeah, true.
You leave the door open to say, well, because in our minds we think, well, shit, I just, you know what I'm saying, just got down with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me call her. It's been a
No,
couple
but
days.
that's what I'm saying. This is my thing. It's okay to call. What is not okay is if I don't answer, and then you want to question me to the 10th degree, and it's like, we not even in a relationship, like we cool. I accepted the fact that you said you sorry and stuff, but that don't mean you get the same version of me that you were getting. You don't just get to go back into the same mode that you had before you did what you did and we ended stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I got you.
That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying like if we, you know what I'm saying, you call me, that's a problem. I don't care if you call me, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm gonna answer, but it's not gonna be like the excitement that it was at first, like, oh, it's him calling. Cause it's like, I don't want to get too attached because I already know this nigga tell me let's be friends tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? So you you have to own they, sometimes people don't own that shit. And that goes for females too. Y'all play with a good man. Y'all tell him, oh, I'm just not in that place right now, and I'm working on myself and all that shit. And then y'all see him with somebody else, and he giving them everything that y'all wanted, that he was trying to give you. And then it's like, I know he want me back. And then he turn your ass down, and you swear, oh, no, he a hating that. It got to be her. And da-da-da. No, it's you. It's you. You fucked up. You picked wrong. You picked wrong. And then you can't even get access. Or if you get him, he just trying to fuck because he remember that thing you used to do with your mouth.
Okay, so in that, what you just said, where's the vulnerability at?
That's what I'm saying. That's when it gets switched. Like, people have to recognize it's and appreciate when people are giving them the vulnerable sides of them, like the gentle sides, like the being thoughtfuls, and the remembering things that you told them and wanting to cater to you or do special things for you. When they don't, then sometimes you get that other version of them that just want to fuck or get what they can get and keep it moving. Or the side of them where you just don't have access, period. And that's why I'm at. You just won't have access to me, period. I ain't about to play with you. I don't even want your shit. I'm going to tell you, I don't care. I'll buy you. That's fine. That's cool. I'll start first. Well, thank you. I can't be bought.
Yeah, I get it.
Because to me, like, okay, the sides of me that, where I show tears, because I was raised as a girl, you know what I'm saying, to not show that vulnerable side of me, to not be no little crybaby little girl, to not always be whining behind a man or asking the man for stuff. So that's what I'm having to retrain myself out of, because I do need a man. Like, yeah, a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man, period. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. So that's
the
just
part
me.
we only have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the fuck. So I recognize, like I said, working on myself, that the only way to actually have what I really want is me working on these things and acknowledging these things about myself and about my past and people I heard and things I did that weren't right and all of that. You have to. Even when, like, you go through, physical recoveries, or you go through addiction recovery, they always make you start from the beginning, where the shit started at, and work it up. Like, you gotta work back to get back to your ending point or your destination. You always have to go back to that. When they tell you to work on yourself or heal yourself, they tell you to go back to your childhood trauma. When you in a relationship and you go to counseling, the first thing they ask you, what is the first thing that happened? Like, it always starts at the beginning, and the beginning is you. Plain and simple.
So a lot of vulnerability problems stem from generational curses.
Yeah.
So we have to
That ain't
learn
acknowledged.
how you have to first acknowledge your generational curse, and that's the main problem in life, in society. Period. Acknowledge your generational curse. Figure out what it is, and stop it. Change. Change
But
yourself for
people
the
got to be.
better of your future. Your future. You know what I'm saying? Offspring.
Yep. Because otherwise, it's going to be a repetitive cycle. Everybody wondering why nobody, in the family can persevere past this certain point. And in a lot of times, what the issue is, like going to jail or whatever, a lot of times it comes from different things. Like, exactly, the man in the mirror. Like, people don't realize, okay, he keeps going to jail, but it might be because that's where he found companionship as far as friendship, and like the man that actually instilled something in him as a father figure is in jail type shit. Or, you know, like those things, like the missing pieces that y'all don't see. You wondering why somebody angry, they always fighting. It could be because they were always beat on, or it could be because they never felt like they were heard. They were always told to shut up, or nobody want to hear that, or you know what I'm saying, nobody's gonna care. Y'all, like people got shit. Everybody got shit. Everybody.
And see, and once you understand the fact that it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. Like, cause I can say the same thing to you, and depending on the tone of my voice or the words that I use, could offend you instead of teaching you what the lesson at hand actually is.
But people have to actually give a fuck for them to even do that. You know what I'm saying? Because my word selection can be very immaculate and, profound and make you think and all of that. And it can also be very ghetto and ratchet. Not give a fuck. So it really is about the person themselves wanting to do that, to put that work in, or to even put that thought in, to be careful and mindful. It's it's a self thing. Like, you can't want from someone else what you're not giving yourself. If you already don't feel safe within yourself, you're not going to make nobody else feel safe. And if you do, it's going to be a facade. It's going to be one of them representatives, and it's going to end up wearing off as soon as they piss you off too far. Yeah. You can only wear a mask for so long. It's going to get hot in there.
It's time for us to start making our list.
Hmm?
It's time for us to start making our list.
What list?
The list of things that we need to change. The list of generational curses. The list of people that we have offended or even, raised our tone at. Go back and make that change so you can move forward.
Fact.
Right those wrongs. Be that bigger person. Stand in your shit.
Facts. Man, woman, or child. Like, everybody has to, like, look around at everything that's going on outside, y'all. Like, this ain't no time to be fronting like you okay if you're not. This is not a time to be fronting like things are something that they're not. Because everybody's struggling. And everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs some encouragement, some motivation. I can't even say motivation without singing the song. That's crazy. Y'all, it's a cult. Anyway, but for real, like, everybody needs that. Everyone needs to be able to be vulnerable. And like I said, it's okay to talk about the women and what the women need, but we also got to acknowledge the men and talk about what they need. They need to have that space too. They need to feel heard and understood and appreciated as well. And Chris, why are you so quiet over there? You just nodding.
No, because spitting facts. I mean, I don't have much to say. Like,
I mean, I was saying the same thing because I was like, "What?" And then she said it. I was like, "What?" Then she
you know
said,
what
"I'm like, okay, well."
I'm saying? But I just wish all women would
Pressure.
like
You
that,
gotta
though.
follow her.
You said what?
Wish all think like that. You know, like you said with the video game. Um, oh,
Or your phone breaking up. You robotic now.
well, long story short, you was right. You was hitting some good points. You know what I mean? Whoever get you, they're gonna be lucky as hell. I ain't just saying that.
I appreciate it.
For real.
Like I said, I got my shit. That's why I'm working on it. Because I got my shit. I'm just working on it. And I'm willing to acknowledge it. Like, I'm okay with somebody telling me, hey, you need to fix that shit. That ain't cool. Like, and we gonna work on it. Like, straight up. Because I want better. I gotta be better. And then I also, like, I couldn't imagine, like, I know where my destination is. I know where I see myself in the future. So I could not imagine me going to that place and at that level of, you know, success and happiness with the same shit that I got, that I'm carrying right now. I can't see it. Not perfect. It's not possible. It's not possible. I have to fix this shit, or I ain't gonna get there. And I'm going to get there. I already seen it. I know what it looked like, smelled like, felt it. I know what color my house is. I know what my carpet look like. I know what my car,
What color is it?
my building. For I ain't putting it. This is not for them. It's on my vision board though, cause I woke up and y'all don't even want to have these spiritual conversations with me. But anyway, I know what I'm destined for. Okay, and my man is fine and black. Y'all knew he was gonna be black though. Y'all know it. He can't be nothing but black. But the qualities and the lifestyle and all of that stuff that I desire and that I'm destined for, yeah, we can't have all that insecurity and the poverty mindset and the oh woe is me vibes and this just the way I am as Nick. We can't have all that. Can't. It's not possible. You gotta grow. You gotta grow. And I'm growing. And I'm proud of me. Cause when I do lock in with somebody, it's a wrap. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. You watch the podcast, you know. When I lock in, it's a wrap. Y'all probably won't know about this one, but it's gonna be a wrap. No, for real, because the internet is a wild place. Okay, I'm still doing my podcast and all that, but a lot of things will be changing quickly. You're gonna be like, whoa, yeah, because I'm ready. Y'all tripping. Thank you. I'm proud of you too. Love y'all.
Thank you.
I don't see none of the comments.
That's crazy. I can't see the comments.
I see him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I see him.
But I appreciate y'all for coming through and for participating in this episode with me. I appreciate y'all feedback, y'all encouragement. I want both of y'all to know that y'all are divine beings and that y'all are kings. You are gods.
Appreciate that.
And anybody that's anything other than that can suck a mean one from the bike. I'm just saying. Lock ship forever. And also, y'all know y'all can catch this episode. It's going to be on YouTube, but I'm not dropping this episode until Friday at 12 noon. Y'all will also be able to catch Peer Pressure Podcast on My Beat 94.7 FM on TuneIn Radio and on Sunday at 10 p.m. Also, y'all, make sure y'all tune in to last week's episode of Peer Pressure Podcast, where we were discussing How Freaky is Too Freaky Part 2 with special guests. That is on YouTube as we speak. So catch up on that until this new episode is available in case you missed it from the top. Thank y'all again. I will be back on Thursday, same place, same time. I love y'all for real. And I'm out.